All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It's 9 a.m. on July 22nd, 2025, and this is the scheduled time for the public hearing for the adoption of regulations to amend Chapter 586 of the Nevada Administrative Code. These regulations have been signed file number R186-24 by the Nevada Legislative Council Bureau. This is a public hearing being held in person at the Nevada Department of Agriculture offices in Elko, Sparks, and Las Vegas, and virtually using Microsoft Teams for all those who are interested. This hearing has been properly noticed and is being recorded as required by Nevada open meeting law. My name is Megan Brown, and I am the administrator for the Division of Plant Health Compliance. And the following staff members from the Nevada Department of Agriculture are also present for the hearing. Ray Saliga down in Las Vegas, who is the Deputy Administrator for our Division of Plant Health and Compliance. Vance Lum, Environmental Scientist 4, Deputy Administrator Doug Ferris. That is it.
Deputy Director.
Deputy Director.
For correction.
Deputy Director
For the Department.
For the Department of Agriculture, Doug Ferris, and Ray Saliga, Deputy Administrator for the Division of Plant Health and Compliance.
JJ Goikachita.
That's Jonah Jacob.
Oh, is that what it? Okay. I just saw the JJ. That was him. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm on a call, so if you need me, just.
Okay. Can you mute Anna, please, Ray? I'd like to quickly review the rulemaking process so you have some background on what has been done and what are the next steps moving forward. As the first step, the Nevada Department of Agriculture reviewed the existing Nevada Administrative Code language, updating sections to aid in achieving long-term solvency in the budget account 4545. The Nevada Department of Agriculture is proposing an increase of its pesticide registration fee from the current rate of $125, which was adopted in 2013 per LCB file R070-13A and established with industry in 2014. The $281 is in an effort to help stabilize revenues and budgets account 4545. The NBA has conducted an evaluation of its pesticide registration fee through an assessment of the merged budgeting accounts of 4545 and 4552 and the additional funding available through various grants, projections, and overall averages of revenue and expenditures, and the long-term equipment replacement and maintenance service agreements and costs. The draft we're reviewing in this hearing is the most updated version of the proposed changes, and it was, as was mentioned and submitted and commented on by the Legislative Council Bureau. The department then distributed a small business impact survey for industry support or industry input, excuse me. That information was compiled and a statement was included in this workshop notice. A workshop was held December 12th, 2024 in review of the proposed changes and to receive public comment and to help shape and shape the final proposed language. Additional comments could have been submitted following that workshop. Following the workshop process, a hearing to adopt temporary regulations was held on March 3rd, 2025, and a public comment period was open after that meeting for 24 hours. And as you can see, the dates of the submitted small business impact, the public workshop, the temporary adoption for regulations, and then today's date for the hearing to attempt to adopt. I want to provide a few housekeeping items. We ask all those that are present to sign in. If you've not done so, the sign-up sheets are at the front desk at each of the offices. For those participating online, we will be using some of the features for Teams for those that have joined us on that platform. To mute and unmute both online and via the phone, you can raise your hand and you can find the chat box. We have muted everyone to reduce background noise. If you wish to give public comment, please use the raise hand feature and we'll call on you to ensure that the mic is unmuted. For those on the phone, you can unmute yourselves by pressing *6. If you have any technical issues during the meeting, try the following. Turn off the video to see if the connection improves. Leave the video meeting and either try to rejoin or call using the call-in phone number and login information that is provided on the agenda. If you're having problems getting unmuted or into the comment queue, use the chat feature. Use the chat function to make your comment, and it'll be recorded for the record. In addition to public comments during this hearing, interested parties are welcome to submit written public comment and send that via email or mail to the address included on today's notice and agenda. We will be using the participation list as well as a sign-in sheet. If we are unsure of your name, we may send you a chat so that we can have the correct information in the meeting minutes. If you're joining via phone, we will now ask you to state your name and affiliation for the record. As a reminder for anyone who has joined on the phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *5 and unmute by pressing *6 and then called upon. Ray, is there anybody joining with just the phone number?
There is not.
Okay, great, thank you. From our agenda, you'll see that we will start with the public comment period for anyone wishing to speak on concerns or provide input. This time is meant to collect your statements of feedback for the hearing organizers, but the hearing organizers will not respond to comments provided during this time. As such, we invite you to hold your questions until that point in the agenda. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes to ensure that everyone has a chance to be heard. As a moderator, I'll inject and notify you if you've reached the 3 minutes so that you can conclude your remarks. Following open comment, we will review the proposed changes to NAC 586, followed by a time for questions, clarifications, and comment. We will conclude the meeting with another period of additional public comment on the proposed changes or on any other matter. Those who wish to speak during public comment are requested to indicate their interest to speak either on the sign-in sheet or those virtually by using the raise hand feature. As a reminder, anyone who has joined on the phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *5, and once you've been called upon, you can press *6 to unmute yourself. And when called upon, identify yourself by your name and affiliation and record. Again, please save your questions until the conclusion of the review of the proposed changes. There will be a time for questions and dialogue at that point. Once all information has been shared, then we will move on to the next round of public comment. I would like to now open up public comment. Does anyone in attendance wish to make public comment? Seeing none, I'm going to close agenda item 2, public comment, and move on to agenda item number 3, discussion and adoption of proposed changes to Administrative Code, Chapter 586. These regulation changes are necessary to aid in achieving long-term solvency in Budget Account 4545. The Nevada Department of Agriculture is proposing to increase the pesticide registration fee from its current rate of $125, which was adopted in 2013 per LCB file R070-13A and established with industry in 2014, to $281 in an effort to help stabilize Budget Account 4545. The NDA has concluded an evaluation of its pesticide registration fee through an assessment of merging budget accounts 4545 and 4552, the addition of additional funding available through various grants and projections and long-term equipment replacement and maintenance service agreements for the cost of our chemistry laboratory. We will review the proposed changes in detail, but to provide a context, the department is proposing these changes and would like to give a brief overview. And now share with you on the screen the proposed changes for everyone to view. Ray, can you see my screen? I need to make that bigger, don't I?
Yeah, I can see it.
Great. So as you can see, the 2 changes are in section 1 of NAC 586. Is hereby amended as follows, and is changing the registration fee from $125 to $281 for each pesticide registered And the director will deposit in a separate account, changing that amount from $40 to $80 for this registration fee. Collected pursuant to subsection 1, these fundings will be used to monitor and dispose of pesticides, protect ground and surface water from contamination by pesticides, and eradicate and control noxious weeds. I'm going to scroll up just so it stays on the section that is actually changing. If people have questions about the other 3 items that the funds can be used for, I will scroll down. After considering comments from individuals attending the NAC 586 workshop and temporary adoption hearings, the NDA did not make any updates or changes to the proposed regulations. I will now review the comments that the NDA received and the responses to those comments. We received comments about the registration costs in other states. This included California, Montana, Colorado, North Dakota, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, and Idaho. The NDA's response to this is the average for the registration cost for those states was $407, and our proposed fee is $126, lower than the average of those states. Another comment was received regarding a sliding cost based on the gallons sold. The proposal was for 20 gallons or under, the registration fee should be $100. For 20 gallons to 250 gallons, the registration fee would be $250. And for over 250 gallons sold, the registration would be $400. The NDA's response related to this comment is no other states have sliding scales for the pesticide registration fee. Although we could ask manufacturers to report sale volume, we have no way to audit for compliance. We currently do not track volume of sales and do not know the portions of products that would fall into these proposed categories. We believe, however, that a significant portion of registrants would fall into the $400 registration fee, i.e. selling over 250 gallons in sales. This would significantly impact that segment and bump the proposed registration fee up $265 instead of the proposed increase of $156. The other cost, sliding scale cost that was proposed was for poundage. 10 pounds and under would be $100. 10 pounds to 250 pounds would be $250 registration fee. And finally, 250 pounds and over would be that same $400. The department provides the same comments about the sliding scale as those proposed for the gallons. The final comment was regarding organics and having organics receive a 50% discount on the sliding scale of registration. The department's response is we do not currently track organic versus conventional pesticides when applicants register. We would have to adjust our online registration and application process to collect this information, and would add another layer of review to ensure the applicants are correctly identifying their product. Organic pesticides also can still cause environmental damage and are registered for compliance. We will now take any questions regarding the proposed changes. As a reminder, for those that would like to make comment, you may use the use raise hand feature in the Teams platform or come to the table in either Elko, Las Vegas, or in the Sparks office. Please be sure to state your name and any affiliation for the record. Please keep your questions to 3 minutes or less to ensure everyone has a chance to be heard. As a reminder for those who have joined on the phone, if you'd like to raise your hand, you can press *5, and then once you've been called upon, you can press *6. Is there anyone in the public that would like to ask questions, clarifying questions related to the proposed changes? And just to confirm, Ray, there's nobody in the Las Vegas office.
There is not.
Okay. And I don't see anybody in the Elko office, and there's no public attendees at the Sparks location.
I do not see any online hands raised or anyone unmuted.
Great, thank you. The department would like to thank the public and industry representatives for their participation in this process, and we value the relationship that we have with those that we serve and are grateful for the input that we have received in this process. We will now close agenda item number 3, the discussion, and move to agenda item number 4, which is public comment. Does anybody wish to provide public comment at this time? You don't see any hands raised or unmuting. The Nevada Department of will close public comment. The Nevada Department of Agriculture is hereby permanently adopting the proposed language to NAC 586. These proposed regulations will be submitted to the Legislative Council Bureau for review and adoption. Please note, upon adoption of any regulation, the agency, if requested to do so by an interested person, either before adoption or within 30 days thereafter, shall issue a concise statement of principal reasons for and against the adoption and incorporate therein a reason for overruling the consideration urged against its adoption. If you'd like to place such a request, you may contact Diane Reese at 775-753-3670 or her email d.reese, REECE @agri.nv.gov. Her email is also provided in the notice and on the agenda. And with that, thank you for attending this hearing, and it is adjourned as of 9:17 a.m. Thank you.